All right, just to give you an update, Jeff and I ate some lunch. Wanted to come downriver, but it was pouring down here. So we fished up around the rocks on Tonfine Pass, caught a couple of small bass. Finally, the storms broke. We made the long run downriver, and now here we are. Good hard falling tide. Absolutely beautiful water. This should happen. Definite bite?
Definite bite. I feel more confident down here than I did up.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get the stretch where they at.
You get that good exposed bank here.
Yeah. Mullets everywhere.
Mullets everywhere.
Damn it. I don't know if I was scared of fish or if it wasn't fish. I seen it, you see the mud, but when I flipped it in there, the mud took off, so I don't know if I spooked him or if he hit it.
Oh, get him, Jeff. There we go.
All right, he's way up in there. Man.
Way up in there.
Get them gaps. Yeah, the bank got shallow.
Yep. Doesn't look as good, does it?
Nope.
Doesn't look as good.
Usually like this is where you catch flounders and stuff.
Not sure I've ever caught a flounder flipping.
You hadn't?
I don't think I ever have. Nope.
I have. Bunch of them. Prime real estate here. Got steep water in front with chains on it.
Ooh.
Oh no. Hope you got that on film.
I'm sure I did. I knew my leader was too light. I knew it.
You don't need a leader down here, man.
You don't think?
Nah. If you want to throw braid, just throw straight braid. They don't. Fish so dumb down here. They don't know.
All right, I'm gonna throw straight braid, which I never do. Nice fish, Jeff.
Yep.
All right, so I just retied after my break off.
I gotta rub a little salt in the wound.
Yeah, no doubt.
A little salt in the wound.
Jeff, while I was retying, hooked that fish. Now, I'm like a big believer in fluoro leader, but you know, the issue down here is your line takes such punishment. Gets wrapped around canes constantly, and you know, it's getting nicked up. And so Jeff says, down here, the fish are so dumb, that leader doesn't matter. Just tie straight braid. So that's what I've done. Got this soft steel eminent braid, 30 pound. I guess you're fishing, what are you fishing?
Trilene XT.
No, so just mono.
Yeah, 20 pound mono.
And Venice is definitely not in its prime yet. We've worked hard today for fish, but conditions have gotten better and better as the day's gone on. So we knew that would kind of be the case. The fish would get better as the day's gone on, and it has. It's really starting to pick up now, and it should pick up even more before dark. And Jeff's got another one.
No, you missed that spot.
Yeah, I left him for you. Trying to be courteous to my elders.
There he is, little.
Another one I left for you. There he is.
Nice.
Nice bass. All right, hooked right in the top of the mouth. Well, Jeff, apparently you're right, the braid doesn't matter. Little finger mullet. Be terrifying to be like a finger mullet. Be that size compared to bass and redfish and gar. You gotta feel like you're in Jurassic Park. So I don't know how well you can see into that, but this is a bad stretch of bank right here. It's real flat, just only inches deep out to here. Those bass could be anywhere on there hiding behind any of those patches of roseau. What's much better is a bank that's kind of solid behind the roseau, because then those bass are just really forced out. Now this whole stretch of shoreline we're fishing has both types. So when you kind of run across this, maybe you fish it a little bit faster. Still probably fish it, but just a little bit faster. And Jeff says a lot of times, once that tide really gets low, when you get right to the end of the low tide, something like this could really be full of fish. But right now, with this water still not fully at low tide, we haven't caught many fish at all and stuff like that. It's been in those much more favorable shorelines where that bank is really close to the edge of the roseau. Just a real steep drop off. And you definitely want to throw into the trash. The lay down canes, the hyacinths if you see any, the alligator grass, the hydrilla, whatever you see that is just a conglomeration of vegetation. That's where you want to throw. And the good thing with these canes is you can throw over the canes that are running parallel to your boat and just kind of vertical jig. And Jeff kind of discovered the pattern today. It's just to throw over that stuff. Neither one of us is getting a lot of bites on the initial fall. It's more once the bait has gotten in there, and Jeff calls it sawing. You just kind of saw back and forth, vertical jig, and fish it really, really slowly. It's summer. These fish will definitely get more aggressive in the coming weeks. September, if it's cool, October, November, just dynamite down here. Water temp is 89, 90 degrees all over the place today. You would think the Mississippi River would provide some cooler water, but it really, it's just been so hot, really across the whole floodplain of the Mississippi River. So this water is really, really warm. You just cool it off 5 or 10 degrees would make a big difference. Oh, some rain up ahead.
Yeah.
If you've thought about doing this, but haven't made the trip down to Venice, I would definitely advise you do it this year. No question, the bass population has been hurt by Hurricane Ida, which passed last August. So the numbers of fish are not what they typically are, but there's still plenty of fish down here, and it's way more fun than almost any other area you can fish. There's just nothing like pulling these bass out of these canes. There's just nothing like it. Venice is not close to my house at all. It's not close to Jeff's house, but he and I both talk all year about our Venice trips. Watch the river starting in about May. Watch that 28-day forecast, hoping that it's gonna fall below 5 feet in New Orleans, and things are gonna start getting right down here. Well, this year, the river's super low. So it's been good for a few weeks, and like I said, it's only gonna get better. That was a monster gar. So Venice, of course, is loaded with rocks. One of the most productive things you can do is work these rocks, really throughout the 3 to 6 months that the river's low. You catch a lot of bass, a lot of redfish, stripers, white bass, crankbaits and spinnerbaits, and chatterbaits. But I'm gonna be throwing this SP57. This, of course, is lavender shad color. Jeff, what are you throwing?
I'm throwing black and chartreuse one.
SP57, all right, yeah. There you go.
Only problem is Mr. Redfish might take it away from you.
Yep, some big nasty bull. Gotta keep him honest. This water's gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, too soon, there it is.
Bass or red? He hasn't come up, has he?
White.
Oh, it's a white bass, there you go.
There you go. There's plenty of them down here this time of year.
It's actually not a bad one.
He's invited to the fish fry.
Oh, there he is.
Ooh,
You think it's another white bass? A redfish, it looks like. Yep, a wayward South Louisiana redfish. Not many of these left. Ooh, you know what, little dude? You're getting a tag. Oh, I didn't bring my tags. Never mind. You're not getting a tag. Now, what Jeff just caught is a white bass. You do catch hybrids and stripers down here in Venice. But it seems like, Jeff, you catch more white bass than anything, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Certain times of year when they do run, the stripers run, you will catch some of them.
Yeah.
But not when nobody really targets them down here.
Right. Yeah, just kind of something you bump into here and there.
Yeah.
Oh, thumped you?
Something.
Really?
Something a pole jumped.
I didn't.
I got it.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
That's a white bass.
Yeah, monster. That's like he actually bent my pole. Hit it. So.
Those things are mean.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bumping it. There you go.
There, he's got it. Another white bass, huh?
Is it? Yeah,
Yep.
looks like no little red.
Oh, red. Rat red.
Who said there's no red fish?
But looks like the same exact one I caught. Oh. Threw in his mouth, Jeff.
Yeah, I know. As soon as it hit the water, he had it.
Another red?
I don't know. Open it. Yep. Open ready.
Man.
We don't know.
I got him. That is like a croaker. I mean, that is a little red.
That's a good sign, though.
Yeah, it's a good sign. You're right. Love to see it. That's got to be ladyfish. Just, oh, tagging me. Oh, you got to be kidding.
Lady.
It's got to be. I mean, they're just drilling the bait. Oh, there he is. Redfish. Redfish. Well, Jeff, in 1972, you know where he would have gone.
Yeah. That's why it's so fun down here. You just never tell them what you're going to catch.
Yep. Yeah, I had that one bump me in Chandler Islands 2 years ago. I was scared. Scared.
No,
Oh, it was a red. You saw him?
I saw
Big
him.
redfish.
I pressed my button just in time to look. I didn't want that. Did you get it on
It's
camera?
a big bull. I don't know. I don't know if it came on camera. No, we'll see. Get him, Jeff. What you got?
Oh, I got something.
Another little rat red.
Yeah. Yep. Hang in here.
Teaching all these fish a lesson.
Another one.
Lady?
No, I think it's another little red. Go get her.
Well, I don't want you to go all the way in there. We just changed the angle.
No.
Oh, look at that, white bass. Nice white bass.
Yeah.
Good one. Good eater.
Leave it in there.
That's another white bass. All right, I got to show this on video. I am whacking the freshwater catfish on, you wouldn't believe it, an SP57 crankbait. Look at this. All right, all I'm doing is throwing out. Jeff and I caught a bunch of catfish here earlier today. This is the Cypress Cove fillet table up there. And I'm just barely working this thing because the current's ripping this way. And when these cats hit it, they almost ripped the rod out of my hands.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, get him, Jeff. There we go.
Oh, you talking about hit.
I'm telling you.
Knock your freaking rod out of your hand.
SP57 catfish.
There we go. Look.
And that's a good fish, too.
Yep.
That's a good cat. Now they're coming back.
Are they?
Well, they missed the turn. Oh, there he is, Jeff. There he is. How can they hit that hard? I mean, it's not even a big fish. Look at this. I mean, he's a keeper, but he's...
Yep.
Compared to how he hit. All right, this was the second of my Venice videos. The first I dropped a few days ago, and in that, Jeff and I really got into the catfish using a more traditional method. If you haven't seen that one yet, go check it out. Got one more to come. We went fishing the next day and really got into the bass and flounder. Just an absolutely fantastic trip. So be on the lookout for that one sometime next week. Until then, don't forget to subscribe to the Marshman Masson channel. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. All right, see you again in a few days.